Hello, my name is Alisa Ploko and I am the owner of Your Biz Mentor LLC. Today I'm going to give you an overview of marketing as a part of a business plan. So I'll start with the marketing mix. Marketing mix is in essence the basics, the core of marketing. Marketing mix consists of 4 P's. These are the core elements of marketing and they are so-called marketing mix. So why are they also called 4 P's? That's because there are four elements and each of them starts with the letter P. So the 4 P's of marketing mix are product, price, place, and promotion. Now I'm going to mention a little bit more about the 7 P's of marketing mix as well. Now 7 P's of marketing are important for services and they are like extended hand of the 4 P's of marketing. So besides product, price, place, and promotion, we have 3 more elements in services, which are people, processes, and physical evidence. So when it comes to the people, we are thinking about the employees of the company. And it's in services, it's very relevant part of the company, of the marketing mix for these types of industries. Because it's relevant when people are in a position of giving an information to the buyer. And it's relevant when they are in position of being kind or opposite to that, to the buyer. So it is an integral part of our overall service that we are providing to the customer. When it comes to the processes, it's what is meant by this is the certain process that is a rule or a company's policy within a company. So let's say if we're talking about McDonald's, for example, they have a certain way processes how they prepare food, how they prepare and sell food. Or if we are talking about banking industry, there is a certain process for let's say creating a bank account and similar. So when we are talking about physical evidence, then it's about the testimonial, it's about the let's say nowadays Google reviews and similar. So now I will go back to the 4 P's of marketing mix again. So the first element of marketing mix is product or service. What's really important is that when we are entering market with a certain product or service, this product or service should provide certain solution for our customers' needs, pain points, their wants, and similar. Next element of marketing mix is price. Price is usually related to the value that it provides to the end user, to the customer. Place is related to the access to our products or services, where our products or services can be bought in the market. Promotion, it's about providing information about our products or services. And positioning, it is about being different, about our differentiation in the market. So sometimes you'll find in the literature even 5 P's of marketing. So this could be a 5 P's of marketing mix. We'll continue with a product or service. So I can understand that you can be very passionate about certain product or service, especially if you are the creator, if you are an artist of this product or service. Or you can also convince yourself in your mind. You can also convince yourself in your mind that there is a need for your product or service in the market, and when there isn't actually a need for that. You can be passionate about certain product or service, but there is no need for that in the market. So what I always suggest and what I always recommend to my clients to do as the first thing is to start with a buyer. Start with the buyer and do a rough market research and see whether there is a need for the product or service that you want to offer to the market. So when it comes to the product or service, describe what you are selling, making, offering, distributing, and what kind of problem does it solve. So address your service or product to the certain customer and user, how it will solve its pain points or wants or needs or fears. How will your product solve some kind of problem of your potential customer? Then think about it in the terms of how your product is different from the competitors, what the competitor wants. In other terms said, what's your unique selling proposition? Because you would like to differentiate yourself from other products in the market. Some people are offering a product or service which is cheaper. Some people are offering premium product or service. Some people are offering unique product or service. Then there is a handmade product of service or handmade product, and all other different forms of differentiation that you could make with your product or service. As I already mentioned, study your market and competition, because you can also now we are still with the product or service that you are offering. I'll talk more about product features versus product benefits. So the way that you want to communicate your product or service to the market, to the end user, is that you emphasize on the benefits that the end user will get from your product or service and not on the features of the product. So in this very example, if we're talking about the umbrella or sunshade, the features of the product are, the material that it is made of. It's wooden, it's made of metal, it's made of cloth, it's unbreakable, things like that. And the benefits that you should actually communicate with this product are that it protects you from Now, when it comes to the product or service, you would like to brand yourself or your company, your product. Meaning, you would like your company, your product or service to be recognizable by certain, let's say, if you are in service business, by certain would like to be recognizable by certain traits or skills. Let's say traits like trustworthy, reliable, knowledgeable, experienced, and similar. And when it comes to the product, like how does your product differentiates from the competitor's product? What are the 5 things that the buyers think right away or when they see your product. So let's say if we are talking about some of the brands, let's say Nike, then right away when we see the product or when we hear Nike, then an image pops up in our mind of sports shoes and about successful achieved sport person. And if we're looking at some other brand, let's say BMW, then right away instantly we have an image of a luxurious sporty car. So that's what the branding of product or service means. It's creating a certain picture of our product or service in the minds of our customers. Now, what I already said, that your brand's image in your customer's mind differentiate. This could be the case when you think that people are thinking in this way of your product or service, your brand, in some other way. As I've already mentioned, before you go to the market with your product or service, you should consider your customer wants and needs and find a solution for their problems. While you are doing market research, very useful is to start with SWOT analysis. This stands for the shortcut where each letter represents something. So S represents strengths, W represents weaknesses, O represents opportunities, and T represents threats. So strengths and weaknesses are actually your internal features of your product or service or your company. Like, what's your strength? What's your strength? This strength could be, let's say, if we're talking about product durability of product, or your strength could be low shipping costs, or your strength could be short, let's say fast delivery. And your weaknesses could be, or let's say a small company with a lot of large competitors, or something similar. When we are talking about opportunities and threats, then we are talking about research of the